I don't know what that noise is. It sounds frightening as hell. There's some kind of something or other. I don't know if it's a bat or a bird or something trapped up there in that parking garage. Boy, that sounded weird. That is not what this video is about, by the way. So I just finished up at the Clerk of District Court, or I'm sorry, the Maricopa County Superior Court Clerk of Court office, and try to get myself in this video. Hey, am I in frame? Do I look all right? I can't see. I'm shooting off this part of the camera. How's it going? I'm on. So a little disappointing what I found out, and I guess this shouldn't surprise me. The plaintiffs and the city of Phoenix have stipulated for an extension for them to file. Got the stipulation right here. As I pull the paperclip apart. Know me. Anyway, they've stipulated to give the city of Phoenix until September 9th to file. So, when she asked if I wanted her to staple those together, I'm like, no, the paperclip will be fine. I should know better. All right, let's flip this thing back around. Anyway, yeah, so they said, yeah, so it's until September 9th they've got to finish to get the response. So gonna be a couple of weeks we're in suspense as to what the city of Phoenix is. I move my phone so y'all can hear me better. Yeah, it's gonna be a couple of weeks until we find out what the city of Phoenix's defense is to it. I also requested a copy of the complaint. Had a bit of a time just looking up online trying to find the name of the actual plaintiffs, just because all the news stories that are up, and there's plenty of websites covering this now, but they've got everything summed up to the point where most of them just don't even list the name of the plaintiffs. Obviously the defendant is the city of Phoenix, but that's how many people sue the city of Phoenix, and just do a case search for the city of Phoenix, and you don't it doesn't narrow it down much. Anyway, I'm going to attempt to walk through the zone to one of the businesses that is one of the plaintiffs, and hopefully I don't have any homeless people get overly aggressive with me for shooting video through here. So I'm on Jackson Street. You don't see that, Jackson. I dig how they got the metal street sign cast in the sidewalk. Kind of lost on this part of town, building something that nice, but yeah, I'm walking down Jackson Street. Just went underneath the overpass for 7th Avenue, and I cannot continue down the sidewalk because there's a tent on the sidewalk. So I attempt to cross over and use the sidewalk on the other side. I don't see that particularly working out for me. Hopefully my video is shooting okay. I'm shooting vertical video on the iPhone. Hopefully it doesn't overheat on me. It's already feeling like it's getting pretty warm, but I'm using the iPhone because I can shoot in 4K. And then I'm hoping to crop it down to use like part of the frame and crop it down and make it horizontal. But walking through here, I want to keep my stuff, hold my phone vertically just to make it a little less obnoxious, and that's so I can keep a firmer hold on it. Should somebody decide to try to take it out of my hand. So anyway, as I was saying, I was going to print the complaint, which I was, according to the Phoenix New Times, is a 57-page complaint, and I was thinking that was going to be expensive. For some reason, I was thinking it was 10 cents per page for printouts from the clerk of the Superior Court, but it's actually 50 cents per page. So yeah, it was, and then come to find out, it's got a bunch of exhibits that are attached to the pleading. So it's Oh man, my phone is getting hot. A bunch of exhibits attached to the pleading, and this is just insane how many cents are through here. A bunch of exhibits attached to the pleading, and the Farmer John Meat building. As I said when I went through last night, it's got a really cool mural on it. Unfortunately, it's kind of obstructed by the tents. Yeah, with the attachments that are on the pleading, it ended up being 157 pages. 157 pages. I do want to see all of it, but it was going to be something like $75 or $80 to print that damn thing. I had an option of getting it on a CD-ROM for $30, but I'm gonna have to wait a couple of days for that. So I do want to dive deeper. I do want to dive deeper into the wow, lots of tents along this street as well. I do want to dive deeper into the sidewalk closed. Like, why is there no tents on this side? For your safety, please keep this area clear. I wonder what's going on here. Well, they got this fenced off. More tents on that side. So that empty lot there, that empty lot there, that used to be where the St. Vincent de Paul building was. I remember I used to. And welcome back, YouTube. Still in the zone. Wow, I never noticed this. They've got the alley completely fenced off to stop homeless people from walking through it. This used to be an accessible alley when I used to come down here frequently. So as I was expecting, the last video cut off, the iPhone overheated. So that sucks. I guess I shouldn't be surprised by that. It's about 108 outside. So more tents over there, and I'm shooting on the Obamaphone now, by the way. I can hear a if y'all can hear it, I can hear a generator on over there. So imagine that structure there. It's got all the blankets and stuff on it. It's possible he's got some air conditioning in there. Yeah, sidewalk completely obstructed by those tents. Yeah, I was planning on walking either down Jackson or Madison, and as I was walking through there, I decided that I just did not feel that bold. It's a scary area, to say the least. And, so disappointed my phone overheated. So anyways, just saying that the pleading was going to be just really expensive, almost $80 to print. It was the SR51 Rapid bus. It was going to be almost $80 to do a paper print of it. They gave me the option of getting it on a CD-ROM, I'm assuming is a PDF file. So yeah, that's, as much as I do enjoy having things on paper, that just seemed a little bit more practical to get that. That way I can peruse it on my probably do it Friday when I normally work on music. I can read it all on my computer monitor. There's Justice Center, no public restrooms. Well, that's a center that provides homeless stuff. Ending elder homelessness. Well, it's cool that they're focusing on the elderly, because definitely the elderly have it a lot tougher than people that are of, working age and in good health that are down here. Anyway, yeah, sorry, I just totally lost my train of thought there. It's kind of wild how there's so many empty properties through here, where somebody has bought it as investment property and they've just got it fenced off and they're sitting on it. Meanwhile, along the sidewalks, you've got, that's probably somebody collecting cans and bottles trying to get a little bit of money. But yeah, you've got just all these tents and light and those apartments. It's got to be a sketchy place to live in those little apartments. I'm surprised they're still here. I remember considering renting there when I was homeless down in this area. So glad I didn't. It was a good idea to get the hell out of this area. So, anyway, and as I mentioned, some of the people, some of the plaintiffs are homes, and there, as you see, there are homes in this area. There are people that actually have houses down here. So, I would imagine that when I just went by, it's probably somebody that actually lives there. So, I can't even imagine living with that. And the smell through here is not good, by the way. And here we have another. Now this one, the sign's kind of hard to see, but here it says no trespassing, state property. So, yeah, this is a piece of property being actually held by the state of Arizona. As you see, I mean, they've got a lot of garbage on it, so the state is not taking care of their property at all. Not even replacing their signs as they get fucked up. So, I hear another compressor, or another, what do you call it? I hear another generator, so. Wow, that tent there to the left, absolutely full of garbage. I didn't see a person in it, I just saw a bunch of garbage. Yeah, it's pretty hardcore going through here. Yeah, I do have, I'll be getting that CD-ROM with the file on it in a couple of days. Had a hell of a time just getting the names of the actual plaintiffs. But two of the plaintiffs are the owner of a sub shop that I'm getting ready to go to now. Hopefully they're still open. Hopefully I can get some lunch there because I'm pretty damn hungry. But, all right, I don't know if you saw the guy on the left there. He was preparing his foil to smoke some fentanyl. Kind of looked to the left, and I'm not going to go zoom in on him because that's rude. But yeah, the guy on the left, I could see him as I was walking by, prepping up his foil, getting ready to smoke him some fentanyl. And here we have the Old Station Sub Shop, a popular lunch spot for government office workers. These are mostly state, county government offices through here. You know, on north of the zone, along Washington and Jefferson. I don't know. It looks like they might actually be closed here for the day. And I can see them definitely limiting their hours. And I mean, they've had to put up these bars around the building. Business hours. I can't quite make it out. I think it says 2:30 p.m. Oh, what the hell time is it? No, I can't even see the time on my. I can't even see the time on my iPhone. It still says temperature iPhone. Oh, there we go. 3:45 p.m. So yeah, I've missed these guys' business day. They're already closed for the day, which is a bummer. I really wanted to support this place, the Old Station Sub Shop. I've heard this place is pretty good. Same local owner since 1986. This place was not like this when these guys went into business in the mid 80s. But it is now. And check this out. It used to be a bus stop here. I don't know if the buses still stop here, but the bus stop sign is gone and the bus shelter is completely gone. It seems like Phoenix's solution to people hanging out at transit stops and places with high concentrations of homelessness is just to get rid of the bus stops. All right, there's an express bus stop right over there. This is some kind of historic building. I'm not even sure what this one is. The Smurthwaite House on the Phoenix Historic and National Register of Historic Places. Smurthwaite House, 1317 West Jefferson, Pioneer and Military Memorial Park Information Center, Pioneer Cemetery Association, statewide headquarters, cemetery records, and historical information. As I mentioned on my video on Sunday night, when I came through here on my way to work, the tents pretty much stop when you get to the cemetery. And I know y'all really couldn't see it in that video because it was dark and it was off to the side. And damned if I was moving my phone down to try to shine it into darkness. But yeah, the Pioneer Memorial Center is a historic site here in Phoenix. think some of these grave sites like go back to the early 1800s, to Arizona's territorial days. But there you can see, that's the street that I drove down right there. Madison Street, going through actually cuts through the cemetery on both sides. And of course, there's gates, you can't just walk into there. But yeah, the tents all seem to stop right when you get to that street there. Nobody sets up tent adjacent to the cemetery. But of course, I got signs up say no camping section. It's interesting, it says no camping section. There used to be signs all over the place that said no camping, but that's just really, really obviously not being enforced anymore. And a lot of that's due. The city of Phoenix is pretty much from what I'm reading, they're using the Boise Ninth Circuit Court decision from 2018, the one that says that you can't arrest. Basically, they can't enforce no camping laws. They can't arrest somebody for loitering or camping. But it doesn't say they have to allow tents. They just can't arrest somebody for loitering if there's no, and for simply being homeless, if the city's not providing shelter for them. But definitely that court decision does not require the city allow people to camp. Oh man, that is the bus I wanted. That is the Dash. Those Dash buses used to be copper. Now this is funny. Here on this side, we got no tents and a sign that says absolutely no camping, lying, or sleeping by order of Phoenix City Code. And there's the city code for those who want to look it up and read it. And I would imagine that Phoenix City Code 23-30, 23 to 48.01. I'm willing to bet that city code does not make an exception for the zone. It's citywide. Now, granted, as a lawsuit, and I'm waiting to get to pleading so I can read it, but as the what do you call it, the article at the New Times, that seems to be the most in-depth article about it, and I might read that to y'all just because it does go a lot more in-depth into it than all the other articles that I've read. But look at that, a condom on the sidewalk, still in the wrapper. Good times. I don't know if there's any routes that service this bus stop other than the Dash. But it's hot right here, so I think I'm going to keep on walking. Here we go. City of Phoenix, Pioneer and Military Memorial Park. No camping. Crossing 15th Avenue here. That court decision does not require that the city let people set up tents, and it certainly doesn't stop the city from enforcing things like obstructing the sidewalk and public defecation laws and littering laws, and certainly it's illegal to be smoking fentanyl while you're sitting on the sidewalk. So, and as you see, the city of Phoenix isn't enforcing that either. So, very much eager to see the actual text of the lawsuit and the roughly 100 pages of attachments that they put on it in support of it. So this building on the right here, that is actually the Supreme Court of the state of Arizona. Don't know that I've ever caught that in any of my videos. It's also it also houses the appeals court of the state of Arizona. I've actually had a couple of cases of mine go that far. There's the 110 West. Yeah, it's too early for me to go to. I wonder if that guy recognized me. That's one of my regular drivers out to Amazon. He waved back. That's worth something. He. I have had a couple of cases go into the Court of Appeals. Unfortunately, both of them dropped the ball on. One of them was my own case, and I got nobody to blame me on that. And then the other one was regarding the last battle regarding custody of my older daughter when she was 14. She was 15 by the time it made it into the Court of Appeals. And I hate to say it, but kind of my lawyer dropped the ball on that. I mean, she had a pretty legit reason as to why she did it. I don't really hold it against her. We did have a bit of a discussion about like why that happened, and in hindsight, I think had I pushed that case through the Court of Appeals, through the Arizona Court of Appeals, and got the state to rule in my favor, which I think they would have. I mean, the laws were pretty open and shut that I should have been given custody of Allison. And I do think the Court of Appeals would have viewed it as an abuse of judicial discretion for the judge to not give me custody, especially considering that, you know, at the time and even still now, I have primary custody of my daughter Lily. They would have, you know, in hindsight, I think had that happened and the court forced Allison to live with me then at age 16, I think it would have probably turned into a really bad situation. I think Allison would have rebelled in a really bad way, and we wouldn't have the good relationships that we have now that she's 20. So off ahead in the distance, that's the state capitol. Zoom in a little bit there. That's as you see, there's the Copper Dome. Now that part of the Capitol, oh yeah, I love my fancy camera work. That part of the Capitol is, for the most part, just a museum where the Copper Dome is, the historic part. The actual functioning state capitol is that board cube behind it. So maybe Ducey up there, trying to hide from the public of Arizona. He has definitely been out of the spotlight the last year. Not sure what this building is. I love how it says main entrance at rear of building. Like the city of people in Phoenix don't, they don't, as you see, they don't walk. Generally the people that are walking are homeless and a riffraff, and they don't want anybody coming in on this side of the building. At the rear of the building, there's a parking lot for the people that work there. What is this anyway? Oh, education building. So probably the Arizona State Department of Education in there. It's definitely a state government building there. Education building. I'm just waiting here for the dash. This is a lot less hostile place to wait for the bus than the last stop. At least I got some shade of the education building. Emergency exit. For security reasons, all persons must enter through the south entrance. Nothing here that really indicates that it's a state building, but I'm pretty much sure it is. But yeah, you know, you wonder why a lot of people don't want to use public transportation. You know, when the bus stop is there, but they've removed all benches because they don't want homeless people sleeping or sitting on them, and then they've locked the doors that access the bus stop. You know, small wonder people don't want to use the bus stop. And also, as I stated, this dash government loop, it doesn't have good connectivity at all to the Phoenix light rail. Kind of an inside joke. As I've mentioned, I used to be homeless down here. I used to hang out down here in the dash. They didn't call it Dash Government Loop. They just called it Dash, which I think was an acronym for Downtown Area Shuttle, which is funny because it doesn't say downtown area shuttle on these signs at all. Catch it here, it's free. Yeah, the old Dash signs used to be copper, and the buses also copper. Copper colored. Not sure if this is a Dash bus or not. Nope, that's a 582 Goodyear Express. That is a nice bus, by the way. That's a way more luxurious than the one that I take on the I-10 West Rapid. And the I-10 West Rapid is a damn luxurious bus. But yeah, that looks like a concert tour bus or something. Anyway, yeah, the old signs were copper and actually said Dash and Downtown Area Shuttle. But which, you know, SH is short for shuttle, but I always said that it stood for Downtown Area Shuttle for the Homeless, the age standing for homeless, because when I rode that bus, that was largely what was on it. And I was homeless myself, so I can't really call those people out. I was one of those people. Not sure what bus this is. Can't quite see it from there. It looks like another express bus. Oh, nope, this is a Dash. I'm going to wrap this video up. I'm going to catch this bus, but thanks for coming with me on this walk, and there will be more.